Hello everybody and welcome back for another live action gameplay. This time it's a 4v4 and on my team we've got my fellow YouTuber Isilendil and two players that I don't know too well, although I have seen them around a few times, Pgent1 if that's how you pronounce it, and Shaman against some, and on the opposite team we've got some very good players, Nightmare, Andy, Andres and Deathless, who you've seen in a 1v1 before. So it looks like I've got Mordor and pink, which is actually my favourite colour. It's not really, but there we go. Okay, so moving swiftly on. How do I play in a team game as opposed to 1v1 with Gondor? Well, I will probably play pretty similar to a 1v1, and in the sense that I'm going to go for the outside farms very quickly, and I'm actually going to try and be a little bit cheeky here and go for the back one. Now, the back here on this map, Adorn River, it's a little bit debatable who gets these back farms. There's also one here, but Isilendil has just claimed it for himself. So yeah, it's a little bit debatable about who gets those. So sometimes it can be a bit awkward, even between your own teammates, about who's getting the plots. Anyway, I've managed to get that one from Shaman. So I should get slightly more economy than him. So really, I should be doing better than him in this match because of it. I mean, it's only slight, an extra 24 resources, but it can really work out. So what I like to do on Adorn River, as we see here, is just start harassing right off the bat. I mean, why not? Why not harass? Why not try and get some good advantage very early on? And it looks like he hasn't got anything there, so actually, I'm going to be cheeky and pop. I'll take that one, thank you. And here he comes. Oh, it's Gildor. So that means only one thing. Imladris is back on my YouTube channel. You're probably sick of them by now, but there we go. And because I know he's Imladris, he might not be able to get map control very well. I'm actually going to go for a little bit of an eco heavy start here. I just went for an eco building in my base. As you might be able to tell from my resources being at 400 and just going down. Now, because he's only got one unit here, I'm going to buff these. And while he goes to attack these, I'm just going to come around here and try and do a little bit of damage there. Now, Gondor isn't very good against Imladris troops, so I don't want to stay and fight. I just want to be annoying and go around and try and do some damage. Now, I'm pretty sure, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that just by doing damage to resource buildings, they reduce the amount of resources they produce. So even if I don't destroy any, I'm still doing a little bit of damage to my enemy. Now, I have aggravated him. Like, I've gone into the bee's nest, and they're now swarming all over me. So I'm going to have to build some barracks, just in case he would like to harass, which he looks like he is doing on my side. So really, perhaps, if you're going to go for this strategy and start to piss off your enemy, you might want to go for some barracks just so that you can defend your own farms whilst you're attacking theirs. So because Imladris troops are pretty good, I'm actually just going to use Mary on his rock throw. If you don't go too close, Mary. Oh, you got a death wish. I actually might just go ahead and chase Gildor there. Got his name for a second. See if he notices. He does notice. You see the damage there to Pippin. So see, he's got his second battalion out now. So that's upped it a little bit, and oh my goodness, there is a Bjorning hut. So that's pretty bad news. Our team should be getting pikes, and I did actually opt to go pikes on the first. Oh goodness me. Okay, full retreat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to attack you. See if we can just go ahead and kill Gildor. It's close, you know. And I'm going to rock throw just to make sure, and he's dead. So that was nice. It's always nice to kill a Gildor. Poor guy. So let's see if we can actually, and I'm actually going to just have to pull Mary back there, otherwise he will die. I said pull back, Mary. Plus. That probably wasn't the wisest thing ever. Look at all my dead troops there. If you didn't know, if you are a noob like me, pikes are not good against swords. Go figure. Go figure. So that was a little bit of bad micro there from me. Just a bad decision. Not even really bad micro. It was just I shouldn't have attacked pikes against swords. But let's see if we can actually kill that battalion. Now, if we can kill that battalion, because the one battalion that I sent off to harass him is actually this one here. I've managed to pull it back. And so if I can kill his battalion when he didn't kill mine, then obviously that's great. And the thing is, even if he did kill my battalion, I'd rather... I would any day trade a Enlargist unit for a Gondor unit. I do like to go quite heavy eco, as you see there, just upgrading all of my ecos. So let's see what's going on. Yeah, they're gonna die unless he retreats. It's probably even too late to start retreating now. We have to bring my pikes over. So I've got a few pikes now. I don't really need to continue spamming pikes now, just because I've got a few. So let's have a quick look over the map. What's going on? Okay, so Pinjet there has gone for a Mirkwood, and he's gone for the troops, like the regular troops, rather than the... I like to go for the wine, because it gives you a lot of resources, and it also discounts your heroes. But that is also excellent, especially if you get the tower upgrade from here. Not Captain of the Watch, Protect the Borders. And it's already been purchased. So you get 2 archers, and there's one of them. You get 2 archers on each of the buildings, and they're so strong. And archers are strong, towers are strong in this patch anyway. And they're strong even for towers in this patch. So really, they are quite good. Now I do put... Okay, let's see here. So you see I put all of my soldiers on one command point. That is 1. And all my spears on another, which is 2. I also put my production buildings sometimes on command points, and I have done here just because I would like to keep up the spam quite a bit. So I put that on command point, on command number 5. Really, all these command points. If you're thinking about using command points, if you're thinking about using control groups. I don't know how many times I say command points when I meant control groups, but if you are thinking about using control groups in your games, a lot more than you already are, and you're thinking, oh, Goodfella's using 1 and 2 and 5, and that's the things that I should be using. Well, actually, it's not really. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with, and it's whatever works best for you. It's completely arbitrary, is the point I'm trying to make. So really, you don't need to use any command points. For goodness sake, Goodfella, get yourself together. You don't need to use any particular control groups, really. It is completely arbitrary. So here we go. He's gone for the Dunedain Outpost, and the Dunedain Outpost is excellent. Let's see. Look at this here. That was a bit of a mistake from him. Look at this unit now. It's completely flanked by my units, and really it should just melt against that amount of spam. Like now they're excellent. Imlargist troops are excellent against Gondor troops, especially with the Elven Wood, because the Elven Wood is so there is no counter for Elven Wood for Gondor. Oh, that is excellent. My ally has gone for cavalry. And seeing that, I might actually just stop. The plan was, the reason I've left this is for cavalry, but because my ally, has got it, I'm actually just going to go ahead and do the resources. So that was not an optimal strategy from me, but the reason I made that mistake was because I didn't realise that my ally was going for cavalry. That's something that you should watch out for. The strategy that you choose is heavily dependent on the strategy that your ally uses in team games. When this tower comes up, it might be... You should defend. I don't know who he's talking to there, but... so yeah, the archers on this are extremely good, but in this we are playing with a patch, and I think they're a lot less... they deal a lot less damage, or there's less actual archers on the building. So we should actually take that down relatively easily, and it seems as if we have. Yeah, we have. So that is excellent news for us, and really that is an example of why an early outpost, even in a team game, where early outposts usually are quite a good thing to go for. Even they can be super powerful, but in that situation where I pointed it out to my teammates by doing a beacon, and he came over with some cavalry. Really, we managed to just clear up there, and that's a huge setback for the opposing side, because outposts are expensive in general, and he also upgraded it. So really, that was a lot of money to be losing in the early game, and with Imladris, you need as much money as you can. So he hasn't filled his base up here, which is something that you really want to do. I don't know why he's left this empty. Maybe he's thinking about going for siege, but really, because he's gone for the outpost as well, really in this situation he shouldn't have left that empty for so long. Although I can't really criticize that too much, because I did the exact same thing. But that was because I didn't realize he was doing cavalry. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Harassment. It's just good. It's just good to do it. Sometimes you don't need to have a huge strike against your enemy. You don't need to be fighting their units all the time. Sometimes just keeping the pressure on with harassment can be good enough. Here you see how excellent the speed boost from Imladris is. Now I've got a big clump of units. He's got a relatively small clump. Actually, let me just see how much damage I can inflict here, because he hasn't got the land on. Just try and single out one unit, and actually I'll move these back. If I can destroy one battalion, as I think I will be able to here, and yes I do. Now he's got the land, now I'm going to retreat. So yeah, that's a situation where, I mean, usually I don't like fighting troops together, especially when it's, well obviously I do like fighting troops together when I know I'm going to win, or when it's advantageous to fight even if you're not going to win. But generally I don't like fighting Imladris troops against Imladris troops when I am Gondor and I haven't got cavalry as well, just because they tend to do so well against them. And if you see that Elven Wood, just don't fight them if you're Gondor, or any faction really, and they've got the Elven Wood there and you've got no counter to it, just don't fight them, because they're probably just going to destroy you. Because once again, the buff of the armor is so good for Imladris. But in that situation, he didn't have the Elven Wood at the time, and I thought I'd be able to kill just one battalion, and I managed to do it without losing any battalions of mine, or maybe just one or two. Anyway, the point is, it was a decent trade. I've gone for very early banner carriers. That's just to keep my units alive, really, to keep up at quite a high command point. But you can either keep your command points high by having a quick turnover rate of units, see that nice cavalry play there, although I did have some pikes there, so should be able to do a bit of damage. Just pull these back. So yeah, I do like banner carriers, because it keeps your command points high, and also in that situation there, he charged in with cavalry and he hit some of my units, and he killed some of my units. Now, without the banner carriers there, those units would have stayed as half a battalion, but because of the banner carriers, they also regen over time. So really, you can save quite a bit of money by going for very early banner carriers. Now, I have got a big cash flow, and the reason why I've got such a big cash flow is because Strider. He's such a good hero. He's so good in team games. The only thing is, it's risky going for him as early as I just did then, but it can pay off if you can keep him alive, and particularly if you can level him up. Now, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just thinking where I should be on the map, and really positioning my army will be quite important. Now, my ally has gone for an outpost, and we really don't want to lose that outpost, as our enemy lost their outpost in the middle, because obviously it's just going to be a waste of money. So if two people come and attack here, at least I'm in a reasonably good position to defend the outpost for him. Now, in the meantime, I'm just simply building up. And really, I'm probably going to start focusing on getting heroes now. I've got quite a few packs. I've got quite a few soldiers. I could continue to spam. I could continue to get command points. And actually, I will get some more command points just for a little later in the game. Just build a pantry then. But really, I'm going to focus on heroes now. And once I've got quite a few heroes out, then I'll focus on upgrades. I mean, heroes tend to be quite good in team games, and you can tend to get them out a lot earlier than in 1v1s. Partly because you can just hide your heroes in the allies' army as well as yours, so they're much less likely to die. Now, I could come over here and help my ally attack in the middle, and actually that's probably quite a good idea. And I'm gonna try and head here for now and see how it plays out, because obviously all this grey area I just can't see what's going on from the opposing army. So because he's attacking now and he's beginning to do some serious damage to the outpost, I feel as if the enemy is going to come to try and protect it. So if I can come there and ensure that we destroy that outpost, it's all the better. I'm actually just going to hit S here to stop my units, because I see that Lorien is here and Imladris are actually moving away from the outpost. So it's just a little bit of predicting what's going to happen, which is hard to do, but you can do it in time. Now, as you can probably tell, I am nowhere near as good in team games as I am in 1v1s, so please forgive me for my new plays. I'm actually just going to come in now and try and destroy this tower. You see how strong towers are, how much damage they do. So he's actually scared now, and he's just running, Imladris, because there's the archers there, and really, Silverthorn archers are so effective against Imladris. So effective. Archers in general, I think are considered very effective against Imladris, because Silverthorns do such high damage, and it's so dangerous to lose Imladris units. Really, they're super effective. Like a Pokemon. So many bad jokes in this episode. The joke about pink being my favourite colour, I mean, it just wasn't funny. Really, that was the main issue with that joke. And also the joke about Pokemon. Once again, just unfunny jokes. The commentary is so excellent. Another unfunny joke. So, moving swiftly on to the actual game, I'm actually going to try and, now that we've got that outpost, that's really cemented our position in this game, and we're actually at the moment we are on the hunt for a win in a live action game, and it's looking pretty good for us so far. This could be Goodfella's first win in a live action game on YouTube. If not, the hunt will continue. So watch out. I mean, see there, I could have attacked, but a lot of my army would have clumped round. It's always better to walk past it then attack, just because you simply have more of a surface area that you're attacking from. Now I've got Gandalf is coming, and I don't like to use Denethor, so I'm actually going to go for the upgrades right now. Oh, and it looks like he's gone for those excellent, what are they called? Lawmasters. Absolutely fantastic. Lawmasters are so effective. Players ban them in games. They may have done something in this patch to them, but I'm really not sure if they have. But here you see, this is a good reason why going for heroes so early in team games is good, because if you don't let them die, like, oh my goodness, that was terrible micro there from me. If you don't let them die, like I nearly did then, really they level up so quickly. And I've got a heal if I can get Baragon involved in that. Don't know if I actually did there. Terrible micro. But there you go. And really, that's why I do quite like going for heroes early on. You can just get some nice experience, and the quicker you level them up, obviously, the all-round better it is. Oh dear, Gildor. Poor Gildor. Why does he always die? Why does he oh, see ya. So he's actually pushing here. Is this Isilendil? Yes, it is. So Isilendil's played extremely well in this game. Shout out Isilendil. And really, it's looking terrible for the enemy team at the moment. Who knows? We could be on for the first live-action win. Ooh, he's gone for Elrond. A nice choice. Risky, but I'm sure it works well. And really, 2 catapults now. that's probably GG for this team. I'm just going to camp out here. And actually, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get a tower there. Just because there's always the chance, especially in team games, and it really doesn't look like they've got any chance of doing a base rush. But many times before, our team has been winning, and I've just been instantly killed by a base rush. Deathless is fucking useless. He's really not. He's actually a very good player. Andy sometimes does have a bit of a penchant for calling out the play of other players. The poor play of other players. When he really doesn't need to do it. He's a good player. Deathless is a good player. There's no need for that kind of behaviour. Here's Gandalf trying to kill some Lore Masters. And really, Lore Masters are super effective. And oh god, I actually kind of missed that. The whole of Enlargers was over here. Derp. Yes, Lore Masters really are extremely effective, but like this, if they get attacked by melee units, then really they're not that great. They do die. They're not that tanky. So that's it. That was an example of a Gondor play from me, and it looks like someone has quit, possibly Andy, because he's he say he is army because me. I don't even understand this guy sometimes. It's Nightmare actually, who's perhaps disconnected or quit. Fuck this two-tard. And Andrus, God, I love Andrus. Just a nice, pleasant GG. Just good game, guys. Thank you for the opportunity to play. And I'm going to follow Andrus in his polite demeanour. And there we go. It's Elendil. See, we can all get along in Adane. It doesn't have to be constant war. Both making outposts without single units, and he leaves the game. Well, there we go. A bit of a argument to end it. Nevertheless, hopefully you enjoyed the video. It's a little example of how I play Gondor in a team game, and really I don't know the optimal way to play in team games, especially big team games like 4v4s. Because I haven't really thought about it very much. I don't really play that many team games. And also, I think in team games, you're a lot more open to different play styles than perhaps you are in 1v1. Now, there's a lot of play styles that you can go for with different factions in 1v1s. But really, in team games, definitely you're a lot more open to very early heroes with some factions that you might not be open to do that in a 1v1. So, and just something else that I'd like to mention about team games is sometimes they're not very fun and enjoyable, and the main reason why sometimes they are like that is either because it just becomes a bit campy and everyone goes for an outpost and you kind of every team just is defending their outpost, and sometimes it's quite easy for the teams to be imbalanced. So you could have some good players in one team and then some slightly not good players in the other team that kind of bring it down, and it's really hard to fight. However, saying that, when the teams are balanced in a team game and when it's not too campy, really they are the most fun games to play, because there's so many different factions and there's so many different play styles and so many different competitors clashing, and really sometimes it's the most epic and the most fun way of playing it. It's not the most balanced, and for me it's not the most interesting, but I do like switching up every now and playing a team game. So here we go, here's the stats, and Elendil rising to the top of the pile. And let's have a quick look at the stats. Structures created, I got the most 20, even though I didn't make a outpost. That is probably because of the farms that I kept stealing. Favourite unit, Gondor soldiers, no surprise there. Most resources spent on heroes, no surprise there. Most heroes built, 5. Elendil got the same, but obviously his heroes are a lot cheaper. Look at that, almost half. Let's have a look. Who got the most kills? And it goes to Nightmare, who's also an excellent player. I think he almost exclusively plays Lothlorien, who are extremely good in this patch. And Deathless with the highest kill to death ratio. So Andy said Deathless didn't play well, but he got 6.04 as a kill to death ratio, which is very good even with Iron Hills. Although Andy got 2.08, which is also an excellent kill to death ratio. So, thank you for watching, and look at that kill to death ratio. A shame. Don't look. Don't look, people. It's a lie. Anyway, more bad jokes. And I'm sure there'll be more bad jokes in the next one. So, goodbye from me. Goodbye.